Last set of notes for chapter 5. We are moving right along. So we are going to switch into triangles. Although the triangle sum, we can actually use parallel lines to prove it. So it kind of fits in with that intro to geometry, and we use parallel lines to prove it. And the triangle sum theorem basically just tells us that the interior angles of a triangle add up to 180. So those three angles all add up to 180. Okay, so a couple examples here. Example 1, we want to find this question mark. Well, I only know one other angle in that triangle, so I'm actually going to start with the bottom triangle, and I add these two angles together and get 47, and then subtract from 180 and find out that this is 133 degrees. But vertical angles are congruent, folks, so if this is 133, this one is also 133. So now looking at the top triangle, I add those two angles together and get 155. Subtract from 180, and the missing angle is 25 degrees. All right, example 2. Again, the three angles in a triangle have to add up to 180. So I'm going to add them all up together and set them equal to 180. X plus 181 equals 180, so x equals -1. All right, so using the fact that the three angles inside add up to 180, and a linear pair has to add up to 180, we get what is called the exterior angle theorem. The measure of an exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the measures of the two, here's important, non-adjacent interior angles. So angle 4 is an exterior angle. So if you just take the side of a triangle and extend it, you get an exterior angle. It forms a linear pair with the interior angle. So we know that these three have to add up to 180, but we know that these two have to add up to 180. So 1 and 2 has to be the same as 4. So the measure of angle 4 equals the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2. All right, so example 3, the exterior angle is equal to the sum of the two non-adjacent interior. So 19x minus 5 equals 3x plus 9 plus 98. Combine my like terms to get 107. Subtract 3x, add 5. 16x equals 112. Divide by 16, x equals 7. And just practice again. The exterior angle equals the sum of the two non-adjacent interior angles. So 10x minus 4 equals 3x plus 8 plus 58. Again, combine like terms to get 66. Subtract 3x, add 4, 7x equals 70, divide by 7, x equals 10. But this one didn't just say solve for x, it said specifically find the measure of angle t. So I'm going to plug 10 in right there. So 3 times 10 plus 8 is 38 degrees. All right, last one here, triangle sum corollary. Says in a right triangle, the acute angles are complementary. Well, from here, we know that all three angles add up to 180. So all three have to be 180, but if this one is 90, that means the other two together have to be 90, because 90 plus 90 is 180. So the sum of the two acute angles is 90 degrees. All right, so example 5. We're going to find this missing angle, but unfortunately all we know is this one. So I'm going to start with this triangle. So add the two together, get 88, subtract from 88, and you get 92 degrees. This is a straight line though. Straight lines add up to 180, so I'm going to add these two angles together to get 150, subtract from 180, and this angle's 30 degrees. But now we have a right triangle, and the two acute angles are complementary, so that means these two have to add to 90, so 90 minus 30 is 60 degrees. All right, so example 6, solve for x. Well, the two acute angles have to add up to 90. So I'm going to add x plus 50 equals 90, combine like terms, subtract 100, and x equals -10. And woohoo, you are done with the notes for Unit 5.